Hi, this is Kim Peck at My Stamping Garage, and today we're going to make this card. If you are someone who has purchased my July 2022 card kit to go, then you will have all the supplies needed to make this card in a packet that looks like this. And so to get started, I want to show you what we used. The first item is the Seaside Seashells dies. So these are the actual dies. I hope you can see those. They're on page 174 in the annual catalog. And then we also used the Seaside Shells 3D folder. And what you do is you cut out this section first out of the cardstock using the dies, and then you put it in the folder, and that's when you get all the texture on these other pieces. It's so beautiful when you get it done. And that is on page 177 in the catalog. So I've cut everything for you. So your packet should have everything in it to make 3 cards. So I'm just going to pull out the pieces that I need. For each card, you're going to need that die cut and embossed piece. You're going to need this pearlized shell piece. And you're going to need the rose gold background of the shell, plus your card base, which is, soft seafoam. You'll also need one of the soft seafoam seam binding ribbons. That's in the new mini catalog for the holidays. You'll need a rose gold and white ribbon. Also, this is in the annual catalog. And then you will need 2 of these white pieces. So let's go ahead and jump in here, and I'll show you how this card is made. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold your card base in half. Next, you're going to attach the inside piece. I see my neighbor has started leaf blowing. I'm going to run over here and close the window. And now I've got my daughter's bird all involved, so hopefully you won't hear that in the background. Okay, once you have that white piece inside, you're going to turn it so that it's vertical, and you're going to put this outside piece on. So now you've got that layered. Next goes the piece that's already die cut and embossed for you. And this can just go on with your normal adhesive. I just put a few dots in all the corners and things just to hold it in place. And then you're going to turn that upside down, or right side up, I guess, onto that card face, like so. I just love that something so simple can look so beautiful. And then we're going to take these pieces. Now this is optional. You'll notice in the sample I have frayed the edges of the ribbon. You don't have to do that if you'd rather not. You don't even have to use the ribbon if you don't want to. But so this is what it would look like. You'd trim it down to size. If you want to fray, it's very easy to do. You just grab the edge here. Well, now I say it's easy and it's not going to do it. There should be a thread or 2 that you can get a hold of. And once you do, you can start pulling, and that will fray that edge. I'll warn you, one side will be easier to do than the other just because of the way they're woven. And then when you're going to do the other side, I would recommend cut it down to size before you do the fraying. So cut that to size. And then once you get this thread, well, I had it there. Well, this is usually totally simple. Of course, now that I'm filming it, it's not. There we go. Finally got it started. And you can fray that as far as you want to. If you don't want that frayed edge look, then you can just leave it whole. You can do the same thing with your rose gold one. Just pick a thread and start fraying the edges. And with this one, it always has kind of a big piece at the edge here. I always just trim that right off. And then I'm going to do the other edge. Wait a minute, let me cut this to the right size. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to just fray that edge. And again, if you would rather not fray that edge, you don't need to. It'll look fine either way. I'm going to cut this piece off. Okay, and now I'm just going to put these onto that front piece with my adhesive. I put it about maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches down. I'm going to do the same thing with the seam binding ribbon. I just put my adhesive on the back. And then I'm going to add my greeting. So you know I usually always use the thank yous, and so I'm going to do that again. Now with this one, I'm going to do the samples I've done with Stampin' Dimensionals, but those are not included in your kit anymore. So for this card, I'm going to make everything flat, just so you see it looks fine without the dimensionals, but if you have them, here's where I would put them, one on each side here. And then you can put that down. And then you're going to take this piece, and this is going to be a little tight here, but it's not so tight that you can't get some adhesive in there. If you have liquid adhesive, you might want to go that route. And I'm going to just put that pearlized piece right on top of that rose gold foil. And then I'm going to put this down in the corner. Again, you could pop this up if you have dimensionals, or you can just lay it flat. So these are our two samples. One that's perfectly flat and one that has dimensionals. I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.